Hey everyone, welcome back to Platinum Gaming. Today, we're diving back into our weekly series on personal growth and reflection. I really appreciate you taking the time to tune in, and my hope is that this commentary brings something positive and valuable to your day. If you're enjoying this blend of gaming with insights into mental health and self-improvement, please consider subscribing and joining me on this journey. As always, this discussion is based on my personal understanding and experiences. With that said, let's get started. Gratitude is one of those concepts I was familiar with, but its depth and impact have surprised me since I started to actively practice it. It's more than just saying being thankful that something went our way or getting a favor from someone. Gratitude is a perspective, a way to see the beauty and lessons in almost every part of life. Even though I've fallen into a bit of cynicism over the past 2 years, this practice is becoming an essential part of my life, and it's been more helpful than I expected. Gratitude involves learning to appreciate even the challenges, recognizing that they often carry hidden lessons and opportunities for growth. It trains your mind to find the silver lining, to see what's positive or valuable, even when it's easier to focus on what's wrong. This has been a powerful mindset shift for me, especially when dealing with daily challenges. For instance, when I look back on times when I struggled financially or with my health, those weren't easy periods by any means, and I certainly don't wish to relive them. But since I did have to go through these, I'm at least glad I learned from them. Those experiences taught me valuable lessons, and now I can look back with gratitude for what they did give me. They pushed me to become more disciplined, to think creatively, to appreciate what I do have, and to focus on the non-negotiables, like my health, both physical and mental. Although the cards I am dealt aren't always ideal, gratitude has shown me that almost every situation has something valuable within it. Practicing gratitude has significantly improved my mental health, boosted my overall happiness, and even positively impacted my physical well-being. For example, feeling less stressed has led to better sleep and made me more inclined to care for my body through exercise and hygiene. This creates a positive feedback loop that reinforces itself over time. Gratitude has also deepened my connections with the people in my life, as I've learned to appreciate and value them more. When I first heard of practicing gratitude, it made sense to me, but the cynic in me made it hard to implement. Yet, as I started applying it in my own life, I began to notice a shift. Practicing gratitude isn't about ignoring the hard stuff. It's about acknowledging it while choosing to focus on what you can be thankful for in the midst of it. This shift in focus can have a powerful ripple effect, changing your mood, your outlook, and ultimately, your actions. There have been many times when a really tough day has turned around once I made myself look for the good, take a breath, and put energy into being optimistic. I think of it like a football game. Maybe the first half didn't go well, but a comeback is still possible. It is a matter of taking a 15-minute break, recalibrating, and coming out ready to do my best. And even if I lose this proverbial game, there's satisfaction in knowing I did my best and gained something in the process. It's a bit like being proud of your team even when they lose, because they gave it their all, and there are still positive takeaways for the future. Practicing gratitude daily is becoming a habit for me, whether it's jotting down things I'm grateful for, or simply taking a morning walk to reflect on the good around me. Each morning, I take a moment to appreciate the important things: health, safety, family, food, shelter, and water. Having these is an incredible blessing. With this mindset, even something as simple as drinking a glass of water can feel like a victory. At first, building a habit of gratitude was surprisingly difficult because of my cynicism. I found myself searching for big things to be grateful for, and when nothing major came to mind, it felt like the day wasn't worth recording. I also initially believed that gratitude wouldn't actually work, that it was just something we tell ourselves to feel better without truly changing anything. Over time, I came to understand that my cynicism was a part of me, a way my mind tried to cope with the challenges life had previously thrown my way. In the framework of part psychology, we can think of these parts as distinct aspects of our personality that develop in response to experiences. Cynicism, for me, was a part that acted like a protective illusion, dismissing practices like gratitude as ineffective or naive. It created the illusion of protection by convincing me that if I didn't get my hopes up, I couldn't be disappointed. My belief in gratitude and its results began to grow when I dismissed this fake shield and the false sense of security it created. I started noticing the power in small moments, the warmth of a morning coffee, a good conversation, or simply the comfort of having a bed to sleep in. These small acknowledgments made a big difference. If you're curious about part psychology and how it can help with self-awareness and personal growth, check out my video where I go more in depth on the topic. Anyways, gratitude is helping me reframe my life. For much of it, I have found myself focusing on what I didn't have or what I thought was missing. It's easy to fall into a scarcity mindset where I'm always chasing the next thing, thinking it'll finally make me happy. But gratitude helped me realize that happiness doesn't come from getting more. It comes from appreciating what I already have. As obvious as that sounds, it is something I actively have been having to work on. I imagine life without all the things I would take for granted. And this isn't about comparing myself to those who have less and minimizing my struggles. It's about seeing the things we often take for granted as true luxuries. I'm incredibly thankful that I get to clean my body each day with warm water. It's a small thing that brings a lot of comfort, and it's something I appreciate more often. I used to think I would be happy once I had something I was missing. But experience has shown me that happiness isn't an accomplishment or a destination. A lot of it is being grateful. If I learn to be grateful now, I'll carry that gratitude forward and thus happiness. And the opposite is true. If I'm ungrateful now, chances are I'll be the same later, regardless of what I achieve or acquire. One of the most surprising impacts of this shift was in my relationships. Practicing gratitude has helped me appreciate the people in my life more deeply. Instead of focusing on their flaws or wishing they'd act differently, I've started noticing the little ways they show they care, the strengths they bring, and the positive impact they've had on me. This change in perspective is making my connections more profound and meaningful. Gratitude is also becoming an anchor in times of difficulty. When something goes wrong or I'm facing a setback, instead of letting frustration take over, I try to find one thing in that situation I can be grateful for. It's not always easy, but it's powerful. For instance, during a particularly stressful time at work, I focused on being thankful for the opportunity to learn a skill that will help me in the future, even though it was hard. That shift in mindset didn't make the stress disappear, but it made it more manageable. Another powerful shift has been seeing tasks I consider tedious as privileges rather than obligations. I remind myself I get to do this rather than I have to do this. For example, I get to work rather than I have to work. I get to go to the gym and invest in my health rather than I have to go. I get to study and invest in my future rather than I have to study. This perspective has been transformative. There have been times in my life when I was too unwell to work out, and I would have given anything to feel healthy enough to go to the gym. Other times, I've been overwhelmed with work or life and wished for a calm space to focus on studying. And there have been moments where I couldn't work at all and desperately wished I could earn money to improve my financial situation. While these tasks can still be frustrating at times, reframing them as privileges helps me approach them with a sense of gratitude and purpose. There's also something grounding about gratitude. Life can be unpredictable and chaotic, but gratitude reminds me to stay present and appreciate what I have now. It's about making the choice to see life through a lens of abundance rather than scarcity, even when circumstances aren't ideal. If I could summarize everything I've said, it's this: gratitude is transforming the way I see life. Letting go of cynicism and actively practicing gratitude is still a challenge, but it's undeniably enhancing my life. By appreciating the simple things, I find myself enjoying life more and feeling optimistic about the future. Gratitude is teaching me not to postpone happiness, reminding me that I can work on being happy now. It's helping me see the privilege in the things I do. I get to do so much, rather than simply having to. So, if you're dealing with your own challenges, I encourage you to try exploring your own gratitude practice. This process has really helped me find more calm and self-awareness, and it could make a difference for you too. Feel free to share your thoughts or any questions in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. As part of this weekly series, I also like to look back and share some highlights from the week. In gaming, I had several highlights this week. I finally reached Platinum number 15, after grinding out the remaining collectibles for The Last of Us remake. For Gran Turismo, I strapped on the PSVR2 for the first time in a while and finally drove my favorite car, the '67 Ferrari 330 P4. Experiencing it in VR was truly amazing, a feeling I don't describe lightly. I've spent dozens of hours playing GT7 in VR, but this was another high point. I also started the new Astro Bot game, and it is meeting my sky-high expectations. Midweek, I had a great gaming session with one of my best friends. We played chess and Mortal Kombat. These sessions are rare since we're both busy, but whenever we get on together, it's always a great time. Outside of gaming, I had a relaxing long weekend. We binged F is for Family on Netflix. I finally got the platinum for The Last of Us Part 1 remake, and went on a couple beautiful walks. Although the back issues I have been having for more than a year prevented me from seeing my friends, I am thankful that it is more manageable, and I can still do my job. I am also thankful for the privilege of having the space and time to heal and get stronger. I'll leave you with a clip of my platinum and my race of the month. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. It really means a lot to me. I'm dedicated to improving the quality of each video as we continue this journey together. Don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in more gaming content mixed with insights on mental health and self-improvement. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Too soon. Okay, I'm all joked out.